How's it going, everyone? It is Colin Templeton, and welcome back to another video on my channel. So today we're going to be reviewing an exploit called, or more like a cheating utility is what you would call it. It's called RCM, and it is a ESP and Aimbot kind of built into each other, if that's what you want to go with. But so sorry if I sound a little bit tired. It's because it's 10:16 for me, and I just had a big day today. So if we go ahead and log into RCM by clicking the submit button, it says this is a licensed copy of RCM. Non-buyers are at risk of getting IP banned unless given permission. Attempts to crack the software are severely punishable by built-in security mechanisms, meaning that you can't drop it in a DNSpy and crack it or something like that. Copies are non-refundable in the event that your network or account becomes blacklisted for attempted cracking. So don't crack it if you purchase RCM or if it's on trial, because you cannot buy it. Anyway, so this is the change log. You can go ahead and read that for a second. Pause the video. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now this bypasses all anti-cheats, and it also is like an external. Now, Cheat Buddy, due to recent complaints, has disabled features such as no-clip fly, lag switch, and etc. Enabling them may impact overall stability. Would you like to enable these features anyway? I recommend hitting no for now. And you'll see a menu on the side pop up with the default RCM settings. So if I go ahead and look here, we can see the closest person on my radar. See this little line under the circle. And so we have the closest person. It aims in the closest person direction. Right here, it says Colonel Driver is nearby, is behind you, and it shows kind of where everybody is in the map. Now, you can navigate this UI with the arrow keys. So, like, you can turn on and off crosshair, which you can see is in the middle right there. It's flashing. Well, I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. Turn off distance. It appears right above their head, right here. Tracker. This is this thing, I believe. Yeah, this thing is the tracker up here. Actually, wait, no. I don't know what the tracker is. That's weird. Okay, and then the circle, of course, you can disable that. You could change the ESP from a 2D box to a 3D box if you would like. As you can see, they're 3D. Use it, and then you can change it to outlines if your game is laggy. If we look at our FPS here, it's capped at 60. Let's go ahead and go to our FPS down here. If I can find it. It's somewhere. FPS here, down here, game. This is an FPS unlocker, which allows us to achieve higher FPSs. So right now our FPS is capped at 80. I can cap it at 90 or 100. Any FPS you want. 110. You can cap it all the way up as far as you want it to go. All the way up to 200. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cap mine at 70 or 80. 80 because my monitor's refresh rate is 75, and the resolution is 1080p if any of you were wondering. This has a built-in lag switch, teleport, smooth teleport. Right here you can set your delay, bullet chop, recoil control, prediction, and smoothness, and FOV for your aimbot. So if we go ahead and take a look at this, silent aim is a little bit glitchy, but aimbot we can enable using Q. So if we press Q, you'll see right on my mouse it says aimbot on, and I can hold down right click and it'll aim. It works for third person or first person and third person. Now you can choose free-for-all mode down here if you don't want it to aim at your team, and you can also check the free-for-all mode if you don't want the ESP to show your team. So go ahead and turn off allies if you don't want it to show your team. So the draw distance, we can change the draw distance. I recommend keeping that on auto. You can turn lines off with end. So on and off are the lines, which is pretty much tracers. Now, this aimbot works if you put your mouse on their character. It doesn't work. It's not a closest character aimbot, which I like about it. So your mouse. Thing about the FOV is the further you turn the FOV up, the more the further your mouse has to be away to detect the person. So let me demonstrate this by enabling circle right here. This circle right here is our FOV. As long as a player is inside of this circle, we can target them. See, if they're outside of the circle, we can't target. But the second they're inside of the circle, we can target them. Now, if you want to turn that up, just go ahead and increase your FOV here to 250 or anything really. And now this way, the circle's more sensitive and we can target more people. So like, target people from farther away from our mouse and it'll work just like that. I recommend keeping your FOV at 100. Is probably the best for like an aim, or if you're just training your aim, or if you want more of a silent aim, or not of a silent aim, like a aim assist. I would say probably like maybe a 20 FOV, something like that. It'll assist your aim. But if you want genuine aimbot, go ahead and keep that on 100. That'll make it accurate for third-person and first-person games. So we've got a lag switch right here. I don't exactly know how to use that. I have no clue. So this fly multiplier here, I believe that's the fly speed. We can change this right here, the aim at, head or the torso. So let's go to this person right here. And this is not a script, by the way. This RCM is $2. Or no, $2. What am I talking about? It's $10. So anyway, now the aimbot will aim at their torso. If you can see, it's targeting the torso, and it looks genuine, actually. I'm surprised at how genuine this looks. I'm not moving my mouse at all. But if we go ahead and aim at head, it will target their head for us instead of their torso, which is very, very handy. See, it's higher up. And we can change it in real time, and you can see what it targets. Now, if you want it to look a little more hidden, I recommend doing the... whoops, I didn't mean to take a screenshot. But I recommend doing the torso so you don't get all headshots in your games. And so if we go ahead to the smoothness, if you manage to mess up the smoothness, I recommend keeping it on, you know, pretty smooth. 24 is more of aim assist than anything. But if you want it to be not too smooth, I recommend maybe like 15 is a good one for more traditional aimbot. If you don't want to keep it on, auto, 15 is good for aimbot. But if you want to really crank it down, you can really crank it down. This will make it a lot less smooth and a lot more noticeable to the other players. See, now it's completely just targeting their head. And if we do the lower one, like 1.50, it'll be pretty dang. And it's a bit glitchy when you go for the lower numbers, but hey, look at that. Look at that targeting. It tracks them perfectly. So I recommend just keeping that there on auto, and so that way it'll kind of predict what your aiming style is, and it'll kind of manage the aimbot for you. So the free cam is one of the features that is disabled, so I can't showcase that, and same with the teleport and fly. So I don't exactly know what anchored is. I don't know what that does. So tracker. So circle is pretty much how you can tell your FOV. Draw distance doesn't really matter. That I wouldn't turn that on. Laser is okay. So laser, what it does is it shows the direction that their gun is facing. Now in this case, they don't have any guns, but if they have a gun, it'll show the direction in which their gun is facing. So see, you can tell he's facing right there, but if they were in first person and moving around, you could see their gun would be on the bottom of their screen, sort of right there, and you can see the laser and where your gun, where not yours specifically, but their gun is going. And so it helps when you see them through walls, because you can tell which direction they're facing. If you want to get like a knife kill in Arsenal or something like that. But anyway, speaking of Arsenal, I am going to go down and play Arsenal. And so while the game is loading, why don't you just go down and hit that subscribe and like button and turn that bell on for some post notifications so you can get brand new exploit reviews just like this one. Alrighty, let's load up some Arsenal. Anyway, so I already have some custom settings on RCM for Arsenal. If we go ahead and, since Q is for the aimbot on RCM by default, and Q happens to be the switching key on Arsenal, I figured that I would have it as this little key right here. I don't know why it's on R right now. That's a bit odd. Let me set it to this key. So if we go ahead and press this key, I don't know why RCM isn't working. Here we go. You gotta be selected on RCM. It's kind of weird. So right now I have Aimbot on, and you can see just how accurate RCM Aimbot can be. And this isn't... Oh wow, what the... Okay, something happened with my gun there. That was a bit odd. You can see just how accurate the RCM Aimbot can be, and it really doesn't look that weird. Like, you can tell, because usually people who are cheating, their camera will flick down. The camera will like whoop, like flick down like that, and then they'll look up and they'll be kind of disoriented. The only thing that's the issue with RCM. Okay, so let's go ahead and try out the aim assist aspect of RCM, and we'll go ahead and go over. That was a really good shot, and that wasn't RCM. I'm telling you guys that. But right now, this is the aimbot of RCM, which works very well, and it doesn't mess up when you're just on the camera, which is really good. It looks barely detectable, I swear, and it doesn't even feel like aimbot. It just feels like it's kind of guiding your mouse in that direction, and that's kind of what I like out of an aimbot, is it kind of guides your mouse instead of just like teleports it. So let's go. These bullet drop things, you can configure it on the RCM forum. You can kind of see the different things that there's different configurations. Like there's certain people will sell configurations like for aim assist and whatnot, but for this instance, I will just try and find out a good configuration for you guys to train your aim, kind of like an aim trainer config. And so, before I get on to that, what I wanted to tell you guys real fast is about RCM's flexible whitelist system. The whitelist system with RCM is amazing because it's just a login and you can use it anywhere you want. The only term that you cannot break with RCM regarding the whitelist is trying to crack it. So if you give your whitelist to a bunch of people or share it, you can log in on any computer you want without having to reset your hardware ID or anything like that, which I think is very convenient, rather than other exploits just trying to actually kind of get you to change your hardware ID, or you can only use it on another PC every like 24 hours or so. But I just thought that was pretty useful. Anyway, now let's get to a little thing here that we can use for more of an aim assist, so you can train your aim in the games, so you won't need to use RCM as often. So the first thing we can go over here is our FOV. In order to view your FOV, you just turn the circle on. Here's our FOV right here. Now this isn't traditionally the FOV. This isn't the traditional FOV setting in most games. This right here is a different FOV setting that the aimbot uses. So if we go down to the aimbot, I'm going to turn my aimbot off real fast. So the aimbot is off, and you want to turn on Wallcheck, okay? Turn silent aim off, because what I've noticed with silent aim is that it freezes when you're shooting at somebody. Like when you kill somebody, it freezes. And that is not very good. Maybe it's just settings that I had currently, but I've tried a bunch of different combos and it worked. See, as you can tell, my aim isn't as good as it was just a couple seconds ago. So what you want to do with this is you want to turn your FOV down to about 40. And what this will do is this will make it so you still have to aim, but not really that much. Now, if you want to go down even more and continue, the more you go down, the better your aim will get eventually. And so right now I don't have aimbot on. That's just my godly aim. And so let me go ahead and turn aimbot on. And now you'll see that I have to aim in their general direction in order for the aimbot to initiate, and that's what you want. The more you turn your FOV down, the more likely you are to train your aim well. Now, the smoothness is another thing. If you turn your smoothness all the way up, it barely feels like aimbot anymore. Let's be honest. That's literally aim assist. So if you go right here, so if you turn your smoothness to just 24 and your FOV down, it is aimbot. Or I mean, it's silent aim. Or not silent aim. What am I talking about? It's aim assist. There's a difference. Aim assist is, it guides your mouse in the correct direction, but doesn't lock on. Aimbot locks onto their head, and silent aim, you don't even have to look at them to shoot them, which is way too OP, and I believe silent aim is broken right now anyway. So let's go ahead and try with the aim assist, and you can see my aim will probably be still bad, but a little bit better because this is aim assist. It's assisting my aim. If I'm unable to aim well on my own, I can have a little bit of assistance like console players do almost. But you see, I just missed one right now. So this could be really useful for training your aim and just kind of getting used to the controls for different new shooting games. And so there's a lot of different configurations that you can do. I'll leave the configuration that I'm using right now in the description for you guys, so you can train your aim and work. You can kind of work out what settings you want. You can tweak my my version of it, or just do whatever you want. But you can really improve your aim with this, is what I'm trying to say. So go ahead and get this. I'll leave a link for RCM, the cheat itself, in the description, and also I'll leave the aim assist configuration. The default configuration is just aimbot or silent aim. You can turn that on if it happens to be working for you. It wasn't working for me, that's why I'm not going to showcase it in this video. That just made me look really dumb. So pretty much what the last thing I want to say is just enjoy this, and FPS Unlocker does indeed work. It can increase your FPS if you don't use the regular FPS Unlocker, but I do. So yeah. Anyway, enjoy the video, guys. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.